Hi everyone, I'm Megan Green. I am the BioTC recruiter and I'll be leading the professional development series. And I'm really excited about this because this is a way for you to take advantage of BioTC's resources and really learn how to develop yourself outside of the classroom to make you very effective in your new career. And not just starting a role, but being effective in your career so much that you grow, you manage it well, and you're able to just really advance within the company and navigate your career path with confidence. So, this professional development series, we have four parts. And the first part, it's all about mindset and personal branding. For you to go anywhere, you need to have the mindset that I can do this. It's possible, and to really be resourceful and resilient and flexible as you're navigating your career path. This is something that's going to help you currently in your program. I've heard that the chemistry is a tough class, and when you have multiple classes that are tough in one semester, it can be a little overwhelming. But again, the mindset to succeed and being forthright and really open to getting as much help as possible. I really want to let you know a closed mouth does not get fed, unfortunately. So, the more communicative you are on what you need, the more other people can meet your needs. So, for each professional development series, we're going to cover different topics. This month, the first session, we're going to discuss mindset, personal branding. Okay. Our ultimate goal is we want to prepare. So we want to prepare and learn how to succeed leading up to the job and in your role. And more importantly, how to manage your career trajectory. There's a reason why some people start in career paths and they're really able to blossom and move around and move up and get leadership roles while others feel a bit stagnant and stuck in their career path. That's because they may not necessarily have the right tools to get what they need and really add value to an organization in a way that impacts the bottom line. And if you are not showing that you add value, unfortunately, in this world, you become replaceable. So it's not enough for you to just show up for work every day. You need to be curious. You need to be proactive. You need to be thinking about, yes, I am in the bio. I'm a biotechnician one, but what's my plan? Where am I going to go? How am I going to manage this? And a lot of the companies you may work at, they may cover your studies to go back to school. So at the end of the day, an employer is going to pay you for what you do for them, but you always need to have an idea of this is where I am today, and this is where I want to be in 5 years. What does that look like? This is what I want to be in 2 years. What does that look like? Who do I need to talk to? What resources? How can I network? How can I get additional training so I can, you know, tackle a pain point of the organization so I am that more valuable in my space and place and position is that much secure. So, let's discuss. So, tell me what is needed to be successful in biotech. Many things. You definitely need the technical know how. You need to understand the regulations. Your professors have prepared you for this. You need to understand all the aspects of a lab and what that looks like. A lot of the employers are hiring you because you have that lab experience. Does it require you to just show up every day at work and just do your job? So, what I would like for you to do, I want you to write down what do you think is needed to be successful in biotech? And I want you to come back to this. And we live in a world you can Google, watch YouTube, learn from other people who are in the industry because what's exciting is biotech is such a vast career path. You can do so much in it. You can grow. There's so many different types of biotechnology companies where you can add value and learn. So this is not an industry where you are stagnant unless you choose to be. Okay. So, also, I want you to envision your future working in biotechnology. So, we really have to be intentional on what we want to see for ourselves because if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. It's really important to have a growth mindset and to constantly water yourself with new information. And it's important to realize that what you consume is going to influence you. So it's really important to think about having a growth mindset because that's going to influence how you show up. It's going to influence if you feel that things are happening to me, or are you taking control of life and making things happen? That's what I essentially want for all the students going through this program, to really have the mindset of like, okay, I'm here now, and this is where I want to be in 15 years. This is where I want to be in 5 years. And to know that you're very capable of achieving anything you put your mind to as long as you're able to do the work and show up consistently. What's really important when you think about your career path is personal branding. You know, you may be attached to one company or many companies throughout your career, but people are going to remember how you added value. They're going to remember what you brought to the table, your mindset, just how you showed up to the workplace. Did you make people feel good? Did you add to a really incredible workplace dynamic, or were you forgotten? So personal branding is really important. I want everyone to think about their personal brand, and I encourage you to craft an elevator pitch. And this is going to change at different stages of your career. So right now you are either in a biotechnology program at a community college, or you have passed the exam and you're really ready to get employed. So if I was in the elevator with you and I had 30 seconds, how would you introduce yourself to me? What would you tell me that you learned about your program? What would you mention? What sort of jobs and roles are you looking for? What lit you up during the program? What made you really excited to be there? And if you can actually take the time right now and just take a minute to write down, who am I? What am I currently doing? What am I excited about? What am I looking for? What did I do beforehand? What am I interested in pursuing right now? And that gives people an idea of who you are, how they can help you, and also maybe how they can connect to you. Not everyone you meet will be able to help you directly, but it doesn't mean they don't have someone in their network. So being very intentional on how you're showing up. Your personal brand is not just your elevator pitch, it's how you're presenting yourselves. Are you coming into a space looking very professional, like you're someone that can be trusted? Are you showing up on time? That's your personal brand. Are you turning in your assignments? Are you being curious, asking questions? Even if you find a situation where you feel that, whoa, this program is hard, it's not necessarily what I imagined, but how are you navigating the hard moments, and what sort of help are you asking for? Are you saying woe is me, or are you scheduling time with your professor to actually be able to learn what you need to learn? Are you going to networking events? And if you are you, what's the lasting impression that you're leaving with people? So, when you think of your personal brand, you can also start to align your social media presence, especially whether it's Instagram or LinkedIn, with your professional goals. I would love to, even if you want to email me a simple personal, like an elevator pitch, that would be amazing. One thing I really want to work on is creating a simple personal branding statement, And there is a worksheet that I will send to you, and it's defining your personal brand. And I've had some people that said, you know what, I'm really passionate about making medicine. I'm really passionate about biotechnology and how it can influence agriculture, how companies can be more sustainable using biotechnology and biomanufacturing techniques. So there's so many angles. Maybe you're interested in the food industry. Maybe you're interested in cosmetics. These are all different ways you can say this is who I am, this is what I learned, but I am looking to go into the aerospace industry because of XYZ, and this is what I'm passionate about. All of these things, the way you're feeding yourself is going to influence how people perceive you and if they think you're serious or not. So there's been times throughout my career where I've intentionally held things back and did not post certain things because some things just it wasn't aligned with the brand, that it wasn't aligned with my brand, and I wanted to be very intentional about how I was showing up, not for today but for 5, 10 years from now. You know, a lot of your what you're posting can follow you. And even if you were like, if I was a biotechnology student right now, I'd have a LinkedIn page and I'd start writing articles about my experience in the biotechnology industry and what I'm learning. And that would be a really excellent way to build community and start to connect. I'd follow so many biotechnology companies online and people, and I'd stay commenting on their what they're putting out, and I'd stay abreast on the industry. So when I'm talking to someone, they know I know what I'm talking about, and they know that I'm interested in the career path because I'm doing my research and I'm consistently showing up in these spaces. So, attached will have a worksheet where you'll be able to define your personal brand. And I want you to take a stab at it and just fill it out. And we'll be able to work on it in a future session. What you can also do when you get this recording, I am always available for you. On Wednesdays are the best days to do one on ones. So you can actually reach out to me for a one-on-one session to discuss this. Okay, so here are a few personal branding videos on how to create it and why it's necessary. Whether you realize it or not, you have a personal brand. If I looked you up on Google and didn't find anything about you on the first page of results, that's your personal brand. If I found an out-of-date LinkedIn profile or a bunch of random social media posts, that too is your personal brand. People tend to think about a personal brand as bragging, self promotion, and all about yourself. But it's actually something much more important. It's your reputation. In other words, it's how people perceive you, your friends, colleagues, or the general public. And it's what people think about you when they hear your name, as well as what people say about you when you're not in the room. In our connected world, every single one of us has a personal brand, whether we like it or not. This is because whenever we engage with people both in person and online, that's every interaction or everything we post, upload, or comment on. We're creating a reputational narrative about ourselves. Your reputation is already out there. The question is, do you want to be the one who's driving and shaping this story? Or do you want chance or algorithms to be doing it for you? I think most people would agree that they want to take control. And what this means is we need to make some very intentional decisions so our brand stays in our hands. Let me walk you through 5 key steps to building a strong personal brand in a way that feels good. First, you need to figure out what your goal is. Let's start by answering a foundational question. What do you want your personal brand to help you accomplish? Are you looking to change jobs or transition into a new industry and you need your brand to reflect a new skill set? Maybe you're looking to get a promotion at your current organization and you need everyone to know all the amazing things that you've accomplished in your career. Or maybe you're launching a new business and you want to build your brand around the products or services that you're offering. Whatever your goal is, write it down and make it specific so that you're working towards a clear outcome. Next, you want to get clear on what you want to be known for. In other words, how do you want people to describe you as a professional?
Start by answering the question, so what do you do? And I'm not just talking about your job title. Are you a teacher who focuses on social and emotional learning? Or maybe you're a project manager who is reliable and always gets things done on time. Or maybe you're an artist who makes beautiful ceramic pots from natural materials. What you want to do is dig deeper into the what, how, and why behind your work so you can make it concrete and easy to remember. Just make sure to lead with something that doesn't cause confusion. For example, I once coached someone who called herself a deaf midwife, which no one understood. But when she started introducing herself as a grief counselor who works with families during a time of loss, all of a sudden everyone got it. If you're stumped, think about how you can stand out from the crowd in your industry. What are the things that make you unique? Are there specific talents and expertise that you've acquired in your career? What do you know more about than most people? Sit down and make a list, and you might start to surprise yourself about all the things you know. Now, let's think about the audience you want to share your personal brand with. The reality is, your personal brand is not about you. It's about the people you want to educate with the skills, knowledge, and value you can provide. Who you decide to focus on should be based on two things: the goal of your personal brand and the people who can best benefit from your unique talents and skills. So spend some time thinking about these two questions. Who can most gain from what you have to share? And how exactly can you see yourself helping them? Here's where it all starts to come together. Let's pull all your answers into a single mission statement that describes who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and the transformation you can create in people's lives. Let's take the example of the teacher. My name is Alma, and I'm a third grade teacher who specializes in social and emotional learning. I work with students to teach them the skills for fostering empathy and compassion so they can thrive and contribute to a more caring world. Let's take the project manager. My name is Jennifer, and I'm a project manager for a sustainable fashion company. I work with teams across different departments to plan, organize, and direct innovative marketing campaigns that engage customers while also increasing brand loyalty. Mission statements are going to look wildly different depending on who you are in your career. But whatever your mission statement is, write it down and put it somewhere prominent. You can use it to make decisions about how you speak about yourself when you first meet someone to the communities you want to share it with. Let's start building a personal brand online. There are two key personal branding assets you should think about developing: a personal website and social media. What's so important about a personal website is that it allows you to take full control over your online reputation. It offers the most flexibility in sharing your brand and value to others in a much deeper way than a resume or LinkedIn profile. People want to work with others they like, know, and trust, and your personal website provides you an opportunity to share more about your personality through photos, as well as more about your career and life story. This, in turn, will differentiate you from others in your industry. Social media is also a great way to share your personal brand with the audience you're looking to connect with. However, I suggest trying not to be on every platform. Pick one that aligns with your goals, as well as where your audience spends most of its time. If you're an artist or creative, Instagram is a great fit. If you work in a more corporate environment, LinkedIn is the place you want to be. When posting, focus on being helpful to others. Share interesting articles relevant to your industry, post ideas or opinions that can benefit colleagues, and like or comment on posts shared by the people you follow. The key is to always engage in a way that both reinforces your personal brand while also bringing value to others. Look, I know this may all sound a bit intimidating, but try to think of this branding process as an opportunity for personal growth. It's your chance to dig deeper into who you truly are and who you want to become. This, in turn, will provide you the clarity you need on how you can make your greatest impact in the world.
Okay, so I really, really love that video, and it's really helpful. Uh, here's another video on personal branding that you can watch. I'll send you these slides so you have access to it. So, what's also important is the power of LinkedIn. I told you if I was a biotechnology student right now, I'd be posting about everything I'm learning and posting myself in the lab, the projects I'm working on, and asking for feedback, connecting with more people in the biotechnology industry, and building community that way. Because if people are following your journey, it would be excellent for them to be able to follow your journey and also consider you because you're so passionate about the industry. It would be excellent. It would be an excellent way for people to know who you are and consider you for future employment opportunities. So we're gonna work on creating a LinkedIn profile. Gonna think about your tagline, your work history, even if it's volunteer history, and how to really connect with the industry. Um, I want you to set up a biotechnology ready profile. I want you to write a headline that will attract employers, and we can work on this. In our one on one sessions, we'll be able to refine what you create. So I want you, the homework so far is the personal branding worksheet and creating a LinkedIn and following companies and engaging with content. And we'll be able to work on that later. We know that it's so much deeper than getting the job. It's the soft skills. It's after the fact. Once you get the job, the communication, the teamwork, the time management, the professionalism, appropriate work behavior, appropriate work relationships, understanding your colleagues are not your friends, workplace problems, what to talk about in the workplace versus what not to, and how to have workplace problems and solve them with tact and professionalism. So, this video outlines the top 8 soft skills that you'll be able to watch at your leisure as well. When it comes to networking, we're really going to focus on how to approach networking with confidence. And we're going to discuss informational interviews, professional emails, LinkedIn messaging etiquette, how to navigate career fairs, virtual hiring events, and how to follow up after making a connection. We'll be able to even script templates for outreach and follow ups. I have some extra. It's really important that we you discuss, test prep and study habits for success. And I have lots of videos that have been very helpful for me that can help you with your study techniques, understanding and managing test anxiety, and also when you're ready to take the BioTC exam, you'll go through a boot camp. And if you've already taken the exam in this career path, you're going to be consistently learning. So this will really help you whether you decide to go back to school or not. Even when you're in the workplace, you'll be required to learn and to continue. Goal setting and project management. It's really important to create SMART goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And understanding what do you want for your life. And honestly, it really doesn't matter what industry you've come from because joining this is it's a whole new world and you can create whatever you'd like for it to be and whatever you'd like for it to look like. It's just going to require some intentionality and time. So I want you to think about your immediate goals, 0 to 6 months, and here are some examples. Maybe optimize my resume, create a LinkedIn profile, get more active, apply to entry level roles, use the job boards, practice biotech interview questions using the STAR method. We'll talk about that. These are some goals that you can start to think about now, and especially when it comes to what's my personal brand? What do I want to be known for? And how can I start to craft that? Ultimately, we're going through all of this because, guys, ladies, everyone, I want you to thrive in the workplace. So, professional communication, time management, how to prioritize, collaboration, conflict resolution, setting early career goals, especially when it comes to moving up from level 1 to level 2, and maybe getting this certificate because it could really help your organization. And most times they'll pay for it. I want you to adapt well to the workplace culture, and these are all things we're going to be able to discuss. We'll consistently give you ongoing tools and support. I would totally suggest befriending your professors because they're your greatest allies. They have a lot of resources. Go to networking events, look on Eventbrite, find biotechnology meetups or events, and just go curious, and you never know where it would take you. Try to maintain a digital professional portfolio. So if you can take photos of the different projects that you're working on just to be able to remember it and show potential employers or people if this is what I've worked on, this is what I've learned. You can track your skills, certifications, and projects. Create an Excel spreadsheet for yourself on things you've been learning. Ideally, I just want you to stay very active in the biotech, biomanufacturing community and keep learning. You must network. Sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And if you don't go anywhere, you won't know many people, especially if you're not showing up physically or showing up online if you can't be there in person. Another thing I would love, I want everyone to send me their resume. We want to shift some of the format, the length, and really. So ideally, we're going to craft a professional resume that utilizes some of the what keywords that would really make an employer say, this person knows what they're talking about. And you can actually ask your professor for 5 to 10 keywords that if he saw it in the resume, he would want to hire the person. And we're going to make sure your resume includes those. What most people don't know, a lot of the applicant tracking systems, they rank resumes based on keywords and tell employers, okay, this person is most likely more aligned. And it's unfortunate that some people can be very qualified. Most employees who are thorough, they're going to look through all of the resumes. But if you have 300 resumes, oftentimes, sometimes you're really trying to find the candidate that's most aligned. So keywords are really important. We want to translate your lab and classroom experience into resume language. We're going to use action words and start to quantify your achievements, and we'll be able to, once we do our one-on-one sessions, to discuss some common mistakes to avoid. What I'm thinking is we do the professional development sessions together, and then I'll be able to do the one-on-one sessions Wednesday during the day. You can send an email to BioTC recruiting recruiter, yeah, BioTC recruiting at gmail.com. And that's what we a wrap for this session. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me directly just to go back and recap. It's important for you to understand that mindset is important, personal branding is important. Optimizing your resume for specific keywords will make or break your chances for getting hired because it really elevates you. So there's 2 videos on the personal branding, 1 video on the power of LinkedIn, another video on soft skills. So we're at 4 videos so far, and the last video is the study habits. I want you to watch all those videos and just write down 2 things that you've learned, and bring it to me during our one-on-one session. We'll work on your resume, create your LinkedIn, and send it to me. You can send it to the email, and then we'll be able to follow up from there. Thank you. I know many of you weren't able to join the session, and I ultimately want you to get this information as easy as possible. So it would be great to be able to have you all here and being able to ask questions and being able to connect with one another. But this works as well. So I can record these sessions and send them to you, and you can do the homework and follow up in our one on one sessions. So, really looking forward to Being on your team as you navigate the biotechnology career path, and I'm excited for what's next. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Thank you.